In this video, we'll talk about all the main and best routes you can take in Argentina. Argentina has a lot of cool cities: Buenos Aires, Bariloche, Mendoza, Ushuaia, Calafate. In Argentine Patagonia, there are so many options that people get a little lost. We're going to tell you here which are the best and the most important and when to do each one. So give us a like, guys, subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and let's go to the video. For those who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, one of the largest travel content networks in the world, and today we're going to talk about Argentina. What are the routes, the best ones, the ones most traveled by tourists to Argentina? Many people have this doubt. We also had this doubt the first few times we went to Argentina. Which city do I know? Where am I going? I'm going skiing in Bariloche, I'm going to the wineries of Mendoza, I'm going to the Argentine Patagonia to see this beautiful scenery. What do I do? It's important to know that there are some divisions, mainly in terms of season and region, because Argentina is considerably large, so getting around isn't so easy as people think, because every place is going to be a lot different. Starting with the most popular route for tourists, Buenos Aires. It's a little itinerary for a city. People generally, most tourists who go to Argentina stay between 4 and 8 days and choose to stay in Buenos Aires. It's closer, it's easier to get around, it's a big city, there are plenty of options. I think you need at least 3 days to get to know Buenos Aires, at most 7, 6. More than that, I think it gets a bit tiring. You could add another destination to your itinerary, but the main route that people take is simply Buenos Aires. It's closer, it's quicker, you can get around in 4 or 5 days, and it's the easiest and cheapest of all. Now let's talk about the most famous route for tourists in general, which is Buenos Aires with Bariloche. Bariloche is one of the world's top winter destinations. You can visit Bariloche in the summer, yes, it's very beautiful. You can go on incredible hikes, trails, mountains. The landscapes are beautiful. You can also go in the summer, it's cheaper and emptier, but the vast majority prefer Bariloche because of the snow. There are other places where you can see the snow I'm going to talk about Ushuaia, but there are other options. But in general, for those who want to go ski, snowboard, have that snow experience, then focus on Bariloche. Most people do Buenos Aires and Bariloche because there are no direct flights from almost anywhere in the world to Bariloche, so you have to take the flight to Buenos Aires and then another 2 hours to Bariloche, then you have to stop in Buenos Aires. As you're already in Buenos Aires, it's good to stay there for a few days. So a very good itinerary for Buenos Aires, Bariloche is go to Buenos Aires, stay 3 for 2 or 3 days, you'll be able to enjoy it a lot, and then you go to Bariloche and stay there for 3 to 5 days. 4 days is perfect. You can ski for a couple of days and enjoy the city, but Bariloche needs snow from June to September. Those are the best months. After that, you can even get to the top of the mountain for a few moments, but the snow level drops considerably. Even there, winter is during this period from the beginning of June to the end of May, but it's from June to October until the end of September at the latest. I think that's ideal because it's not so cold, it's not so crowded, you can enjoy everything much more and with no problem of things being very expensive, and you can enjoy your entire trip freely. And guys, any questions you may have, just let me know and I'll try to help everyone. It's going even faster. Send it to me on Instagram, add me at @Lorenzi. Send me your questions and I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. There are a lot of questions there, but I'm trying to prioritize everyone who sends them. There are a lot of messages piling up, but I'm trying my best to answer them all. And take the opportunity to follow us there. We're living here in Orlando, the United States. On Instagram, we show our day-to-day life, the routine for daughters who are a blast, the Disney parks, the trips we make around the world here in the United States, the American routine. Follow us there, I think you're gonna like it. And also our Familia Lorenzi channel, which already has a lot of cool videos showing our day-to-day life, our life here, the travels around the world, something much more informal, vlog style. Follow us there, I think you're gonna like it. And now we're going to talk about the route through Argentine Patagonia. It's a route taken by tourists from all over the world. It's not expensive, it's not difficult, and it's full of incredible places. Argentine Patagonia, which borders Chile, has Chilean and Argentine Patagonia. It's a region well to the south of Argentina. For example, El Calafate is one of the Patagonia's main attractions, and you can take a flight from Buenos Aires to get there in 3 hours. By car or bus, it takes more than 20, and the price isn't worth it. All these journeys are generally within Argentina to Mendoza, Bariloche, Ushuaia, and always by plane. It's always the same price and much quicker, so if you want a more adventurous trip, more scenery, more ecotourism, something really cool, different from everything else, Argentine Patagonia is perfect. It's a place unlike anything else. The two main cities we recommend you visit there are El Calafate. El Calafate is known for the Perito Moreno, which is a gigantic slab of ice. It's the size of a whole Buenos Aires in 70 meters. It's a surreal sight unlike anything we've ever seen in our lives, so it's worth going there. It's a very nice little town. You can spend 3 or 4 days there to see a lot, the natural beauty of the glaciers, and then there's Ushuaia, which is very famous among tourists from all over the world. People are enchanted by it. It's a little nice town. It follows almost the same style as El Calafate, but it's further south, so from El Calafate to Ushuaia you will take a flight of an hour and a half. From Buenos Aires to Ushuaia it takes 3.5 hours more than from El Calafate. It's a little quicker than doing it this way, but a lot of people do Buenos Aires. You'll be there for a couple of days, 3 days, so it's good to buy cold clothes, winter clothes if you need boots to do the trekking. You enjoy Buenos Aires for a while, that big city atmosphere, and then you go to El Calafate, stay there for 3 or 4 days, and then you go to Ushuaia also for 3 or 4 days. You can stay longer, it depends a lot on your itinerary, your style, but it's a nice little itinerary, very easy to do. You take a few flights and then return from Ushuaia. You can go straight back to Buenos Aires and return to your hometown. The cool thing is that they are a bit different. They are in Argentine Patagonia, but they are a bit different. El Calafate is more about the ice, the glaciers, and Ushuaia is more about the Beagle Channel, a channel there, a very beautiful river with several islands, lots of animal life there. You will see the penguins, there are thousands of them on some of the islands. You will see the sea lions, the mountains are beautiful. There are the lagoons are incredible. The most famous is Laguna Esmeralda. You take a trail that's not difficult to get to, so they are very different places, very natural, a lot of beauty. If you enjoy that natural part of the scenario, I think you're gonna love it. There is everything, a lot of things to do there, many beautiful things to see, and most of all, the climate there, it doesn't get very cold if you go in the summer, so it's a perfect time for you to go there, see the glaciers in El Calafate, enjoy the natural life, and take a lot of pictures. And very important, guys, an important piece of information: if you go in winter on these dates, it's that winter that's from June to September. It's very cold. If you want to see snow, Bariloche might be the best option, but in Ushuaia you can see a lot of snow, okay? These trails, these mountains, if you go in winter, you will see that they're covered in snow. Can you enjoy the snow? Yes, but if you're very focused on the snow, if you want to enjoy more of the natural beauty, do the walks, the tours, all that Ushuaia and El Calafate offer, the best tip is try to go in the summer, spring, fall, which is from October, starting October until March. If you take these months and try to get them, November is ideal because there are still glaciers there. The glacier doesn't fall apart. The one in El Calafate, in Ushuaia, it's still going to be cold. These are places that will be cold even in the summer. The average temperature will be 15 degrees, 14 degrees Celsius, so it's less cold than the heavy winter. So just make sure you know when you want to visit. Proper clothing, all that stuff, because it really is a very cold place. It's the end of the world, guys, the southernmost part of the whole world. It's close to Antarctica, so take a look and prepare yourself because the winter there is really heavy. It's really very cold. You need to be prepared with the appropriate clothes so you don't get a bad feeling about the cold. And guys, before I go to the last itinerary, which is one of my favorite itineraries here, is very cool, let me explain briefly. I'll leave the links to this video here in the video description and in the first comment. All the links to the places we use to organize our trips, which end up making the trip much cheaper. We already know the cheapest place to get travel insurance and book your hotel, what hotels we have stayed in and recommend are very cheap and well located, what are the best places to buy your tours and excursions in Argentina. You need a good agency to pick you up from your hotel and take you on all these incredible tours, but you need to have a very good website that we use, which is much cheaper than all the other places and only good service. We've only had very good experience so far, so I'll leave it here for you to take a look at it. So use the links below and your trip will be cheaper, and they're reliable places that we've known for some time and use it for our trip. So this is the tip we always give: good services, spending less money, so you can have a very nice trip spending as little as possible on everything. And if you're wondering, oh guys, it's expensive, isn't it? Then check our video on how much it costs to travel to Argentina, which focuses more on Buenos Aires. We've also just done a report on how much a trip to El Calafate costs and how much a trip to Ushuaia costs. So take a look and we'll explain all the costs, all the prices, so you can find out if it's possible to organize a trip like this or not, spending as little and everything. I've tried my best, guys, to help you with all the information I have to guide you and make you at least decide one destination, then start putting together your own itinerary and see which places you want to visit. Don't forget, we have videos of everything, right? How to travel cheaply to Argentina, Buenos Aires, what to do in El Calafate, Mendoza, Bariloche, whichever of these destinations you search for here on our channel, there will be videos teaching and showing you everything you need to plan your trip. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us that like and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us a lot, and don't miss the other videos which are very good. I'll leave you with the best one of all: how to travel cheaply in Argentina. It teaches you how to plan your whole trip, spending the minimum on everything, and the playlist with all the other videos for you to watch. So thank you very much, guys, and have a nice trip.